Keeping a life journal to help you get organised and achieve your goals and design the life that you want to lead. Life journal is essentially a way for you to help keep track of your goals and your big picture plans. All of the pieces of information you will want to keep for longer than just a week or a month or even 12 months. Life journal isn't restricted by a time and a date, so it's full when it's full. The most useful reason to keep a life journal is because it's a great place to store your goals. You want to design a lifestyle that suits you. The life journal is the place that you can map out what that looks like. And that might take the form of the goals that you have, the timescales attached to those goals, business plans, the long-term strategies. By writing out your goals, mapping out the lifestyle that you want, that helps you to be really clear and really focused about what you want to achieve. And because you are clear and focused and you have that vision, it helps make decision making in the present much easier, because you can ask yourself, does this align with my long-term goals? Does this piece of work that I've been asked to voluntarily contribute to align with my long-term objectives?
It's also a really good way if you are managing multiple big projects. So if you've got lots of projects that you need to keep on top of, that need a strategic overview, but each of those projects is intricate, a life journal is a really good way to keep on top of that. For example, I'm doing a PhD as well as about 4 other quite big complex projects. And by big, I just mean that there's lots of component parts and they won't be all achieved within the next 12 months. So in terms of my PhD, I have lots of different component parts make up the overall PhD. They can also be called the intermediate goals. And because it's a doctorate, you can go at your own pace, which means that I really need something to keep me focused and keep me on track. I've broken down the overall PhD into the component parts or the intermediate goals. That helps me to see the bird's eye view of what that project looks like. From that, I will identify the strategic objectives and I'll put that into my life journal. I'll basically map it all out, and I'll do that for each of the projects, and that makes it much easier, because if I've got multiple projects, all of which are complex and have lots of different moving parts, I've got it all mapped out, rather than having to look through my documents, rummage around my files, look for scraps of paper. I've got it all mapped out in my life journal, all in one place. It's a bird's eye view, and it's really useful because it takes a second to just look over it and I'll be able to see exactly where I'm up to. It's a really good way to stay focused and to keep on top of each of the projects. The mapped out plan for each project within the journal makes it easy to switch between projects, because all of the detail is there. You don't have to keep it all in your head. You can just refer back to your life journal depending on which project that you're trying to manage at that period in time.
A life journal is also really good because it helps give you the information that you need on which to reflect. I find it has helped my career so much because I've learned from my own professional experiences. Doing that in your personal life is so beneficial. In order to reflect effectively, it's good to have some information. So if you have a life journal where you're recording your progress and you outline your goals and maybe you take baselines at periodic intervals, it gives you the information that you need from which to measure any progress. The other really good thing about a life journal, you can use it as a bit of a scrapbook as well. Putting ideas that aren't fully formed in there is a great way to capture them and to come back to them at a later date if you're ready to explore them later, or if they become more relevant as you grow as a person or as your career develops. In summary, a life journal can be really useful to keep you focused, helps bring some clarity to your goals. You can use to measure your own progress from. You can record your baselines, use that for reflection. I hope you found this a little bit interesting. If you do like this sort of video, please do consider subscribing, and new videos are up every Sunday. And thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again.